Crowdfunding isn't necessarily a new idea, but sites like GoFundMe and Kickstarter brought crowdfunding to another level. Everything under the sun can get crowdfunded now, from home electronics to medical procedures to books from your favorite authors. And while most successful Kickstarters raise less than $10,000, some of them go on to make an astounding amount of cash. I'm Mike with List 25, and with that in mind, let's check out the 25 most successful Kickstarters ever. #25. The Everyday Backpack. We all know what a backpack looks like and what it does. And even though it seems like there's not a lot of difference between the world's worst backpack and the world's best backpack, something about the Everyday Backpack from Peak Design really spoke to people. The campaign dates back to 2016, and it turned out to be phenomenal. Over 26,000 backers were seduced by this deceptively simple bag to the tune of $6,565,782. Not bad for a campaign that was only trying to raise $500,000. The bags are considered some of the best in the world, having evolved from camera bags to some of the best all-purpose bags around, with dozens of cool features that clearly a lot of people dug. #24. The Binding of Isaac, Requiem. Based on the video game of the same name, The Binding of Isaac is a card game that racked up an impressive $2.6 million in a campaign that just wanted $50,000. It was released in 2018, and they broke their initial funding goal in under 2 hours. Fast forward to 2021, and the expansion game, Requiem, hit Kickstarter even harder. This time, they managed $6,720,471 on an initial campaign that sought to just earn $100,000. This time, the game made its initial goal in 3 minutes. Within 90, they were looking at $1 million. Backers are looking to have the game shipped sometime in 2023. #23. The Way of Kings. Fantasy writer Brandon Sanderson is behind The Way of Kings, a leather-bound anniversary edition of his first published novel that was, essentially, just a really fancy reprinting for fans of the 10-year-old book or new readers who wanted to experience it in a pretty exciting way. And man, did people ever want to experience it in a pretty exciting way. Though not every pledge was for a leather-bound copy, at the lowest tier you'd get an electronic copy of the novel plus a digital art package for $10. High rollers could pledge $500 and get a signed and numbered edition, plus, some other swag. Nearly 30,000 Sanderson fans hopped on board and helped bring the total to $6,788,517. #22. Bambu Lab 3D Printer. While most of the big Kickstarter campaigns seem to come from the United States, that's not true with all of them. Bambu Labs made some waves with the X1 3D printer. Started in May 2022, it exploded, the campaign, not the printer itself, and managed to rake in about $54,970,803 Hong Kong dollars. In US dollars, that's around $7 million. The printer was designed to overcome all the shortcomings of previous 3D printers, with one of the most notable features being the ability to print things in multiple colors. As cool as 3D printing is, if everything comes out one color, it gets a little old. But the promo videos promised the ability to make your own high-quality action figures and other cool things that took full advantage of the ability to mix up colors and print whatever you want. Over 5,500 backers liked what they saw and made the project a success. #21. The Seventh Continent. The hook for The Seventh Continent was that it was the first board game in which you're the hero. This is assuming you never believed you were the hero of Monopoly when you chose, the thimble. The game promised 1,000 plus minutes of adventure fun for 1 to 4 players that involved survival and exploration. The game was a success, so the makers released an expansion called What Goes Up Must Come Down. Nearly 44,000 backers thought it sounded cool, so they pledged $7,072,757. Their goal? Just 40,000. #20. Snapmaker 2 3D Printer. Another 3D printer, this time from Snapmaker. Nearly 7,400 people saw laser engraving and CNC carving and said, heck yes! The campaign pulled in $7,850,866 off of pledges that started at the low end of $599 each. #19. The Witcher, Old World. Thanks to Henry Cavill's Netflix series, The Witcher has exploded well beyond the original books and games. The Witcher Old World was a board game based in the same universe, but years before Geralt existed. It was launched in 2021 and was backed by over 45,000 fans. The original campaign was European, so they made 6,840,480 euros initially, which comes out to around $7.2 million US. 18. The Ouya console. One of the rare successful failures in Kickstarter's history, the Ouya micro-console video game system made $8,596,474 in 2012. Then, things went downhill pretty fast. Sales beyond Kickstarter were very limited, and the game's designers weren't interested in getting involved. The company had trouble fulfilling orders. The company sold its assets, and the entire system stopped being supported in 2019, making it nothing but a paperweight for most people. 17. Exploding Kittens. A card game like few others, Exploding Kittens was created by the Oatmeal's Matthew Inman and a couple of other intrepid kitten lovers who wanted to make a fun and absurd game. The concept, combining kittens and tacos and lasers and explosions, was enough to get $8,782,571 in backing. 16. Wyrmwood Modular Gaming Table. Games have proven to be successful on Kickstarter, but the Wyrmwood Modular Gaming Table took things to the next level, or maybe down a level, to give backers a table on which they could game. It could easily become a coffee table, or even a dining table with seating for 10. Over 7,700 backers pledged $8,808,136. 15. Ankermake 3D Printer. The third and final 3D printer on the list, the Ankermake M5, was the most successful at $8,881,095. This one promised a print time cut by 70%, multicolor printing, and 0.1mm precision for almost flawless design. Reviews seem to indicate it mostly lived up to the hype too. 14. Marvel Zombies. Marvel and Disney are some of the biggest pop culture powerhouses of all time right now. But ignore that and don't ask why this Marvel Zombies game was a crowdfunded endeavor. Almost 29,000 people pledged $9,032,583 to bring this undead tabletop game to life. 13. Baubax Travel Jacket. You can never have a jacket that's too nice or too functional. Just ask Baubax, makers of the incredibly successful travel jacket. It had a built-in neck pillow, gloves, an eye mask, tech pockets, a drink pocket, and plenty more. Nearly 45,000 people fell in love with the idea of it and backed it for $9,192,055. 12. Avatar Legends. Avatar, not the James Cameron one, has been hugely popular for years. The Kickstarter campaign for the tabletop RPG Avatar Legends proves it with the incredible showing it had in 2021. They made $9,535,317 from nearly 82,000 backers, of which I am one. Copies of the game began shipping at the end of 2022, and if that sounds interesting to you at all, quick shout out here, check out the Flying Bison podcast. It's an actual play, so if you want to kind of hear how the game runs along with an awesome story, it's a podcast, check it out. They're awesome. Love those guys. Hey, 11. Pebble e-paper watch. Get used to seeing Pebble on the list because this is the first of several for the watchmakers. The e-paper watch generated $10,266,845 in funding from nearly 69,000 backers. The watch was compatible with iPhone and Android and customizable with numerous apps, as well as downloadable faces to, shake up the look. 10. Vox Machina. This one holds a unique spot on the list for being an animated series. Not a lot of people fund those, and certainly not to this level. Critical Role, the company behind Vox Machina, raked in a respectable $11,385,449 from nearly 89,000 fans. The show can currently be seen on Amazon Prime and consists of 12 episodes, though only the first 10 were funded by the Kickstarter. 9. Travel Tripod. You can never predict what will hit with the Kickstarter crowd, as witnessed by the $12,143,435 travel tripod collected. It's a tripod. It made $12 million. It's a really nice tripod and it has innovative tripod features. So for a tripod, it was pretty cool. Over 27 million people agreed and spent at least $289 a piece to support it. 8. Ecoflow Delta. Never underestimate the popularity of a home gadget. Ecoflow Delta is a portable home battery that managed to make $12,179,651 from about 3,200 backers. Keep in mind, these were no ordinary batteries. A single unit had a power output up to 3,600 watts, expandable to 4,500, and enough juice to run many home appliances. A bank of several could power a home during a blackout for days. 7. Kingdom Death. As we've seen before, board games are big on Kickstarter, and Kingdom Death was one of the biggest. This horror-themed game netted $12,393,139 from over 19,000 backers. The game combined a lot of the favorite elements of tabletop fantasy games like cards, dice, miniatures, and the threat of constant destruction at the hands of weird monsters. 6. Pebble 2. Back to Pebble again, this time with a $12,779,843 campaign backed by nearly 67,000 people. Because everyone wants to know what time it is. This time around, the backers got 2 watches that could monitor their heart rate, connect them with Alexa, and was 3G enabled so they could talk on the phone or listen to music on the go. The campaign delivered on its watches in 2017, and backers had a variety of styles and choices when it came to what they wanted. Even the base option was $79 though for a Pebble core. Big spenders could back for $339 and get 2 Pebble Time 2 watches. 5. Frosthaven. If you're not sure how popular board games are, well, look no further than Frosthaven, a standalone game from the people behind Gloomhaven. There are so many havens. It's a sort of combat strategy tabletop game. It's considered one of the most popular campaign-based fantasy games ever, so a sequel spin-off like Frosthaven was a no-brainer. And it's not hard to imagine why the Kickstarter managed to pull in $12,969,608. So, how's the game compared to the original? Well, the campaign was run in 2020, and by the end of 2022, no one had a copy of the game to play it and find out. The word is it should be available this year in 2023. 4. Coolest Cooler. Let's say you're heading to the beach for a day with some friends. Maybe you'll go swimming, maybe you play some volleyball. What do you need to bring? Sunscreen, towel, sunglasses, and a cooler, right? The Coolest Cooler seemed to be the answer to everyone's outdoor fun time prayers back in 2014. Oh, outdoor fun time. It was a cooler, but it also had a blender so you could make margaritas, and a Bluetooth speaker, a bottle opener, LED lights, and other random stuff. The campaign pulled in 62,642 excited backers and $13,285,226. Wow, right? It must have been an amazing cooler, but it wasn't. Successful in terms of making a lot of money, this is also one of Kickstarter's biggest failures. About a third of those backers never got a cooler, and the company went out of business in 2019, having failed for years to get all of those orders fulfilled. Those who were left with nothing had the option of a $20 refund, despite paying $200 to back the campaign. 3. Pebble Time Watch. Yeah, it's Pebble again. People just can't get enough of these watches. This one dates back to 2015 with their color e-paper smartwatch. Must have been that 7-day battery life that got people's attention, not the interface that was meant to highlight things that you'd find important in your day. Whatever it was, 78,471 backers pledged $20,338,986 to make it happen. So it was clearly a success. And given how this is Pebble's 3rd appearance on the list, it's safe to say the watches were getting the job done for a lot of fans. 2. Brandon Sanderson's 4 books. The world of fantasy literature has long been dominated by a handful of writers. That's not to say there are hundreds or even thousands in the field, but not everyone gets to be J.R.R. Tolkien or George R.R. Martin. The one name that definitely stands out is Brandon Sanderson. He may not be a household name outside of the fantasy circles in the way those others are, that's because apparently he only has 2 names instead of multiple initials, but the man has not only made a dent with a few dozen titles, he's proven on Kickstarter that his fans are devoted. Rabidly so. $41,754,153 devoted. Sanderson's 4 Secret Novels Kickstarter is the biggest campaign the site has ever hosted. At the lowest level, backers who ponied up $40 would get a quarterly ebook in 2023. For $60, it became an audiobook. For $500, a backer could get the ebooks, the audiobooks, hardcover books, and swag boxes. And in total, 185,341 people were on board. 1. America's Food Fund. Okay, so we're cheating a little bit with number 1 here. It's not a Kickstarter exactly, but a GoFundMe. but it's also the biggest crowdfunding campaign ever. And it was even a good cause, so it deserves top spot. America's Food Fund started in April 2020 and ran for 2 years. In that time, they raised $45,155,500 for a number of charities. They were raising money to battle food insecurity, in particular as it affected children during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. If you recall, that was an especially rough time in some parts of the country with store shelves being left bare. The campaign attracted some high-profile attention, with Oprah Winfrey donating $1 million, Leo DiCaprio and Laureen Powell Jobs donating $5 million, and their single largest donation coming in at a whopping $10 million. So, have you ever backed a Kickstarter campaign? If so, what was it? Let us know in the comments below. I personally, like I said, I backed Avatar Legends. This is the digital copy. Backed Avatar Legends. I'm currently backing, it just ended today, the Modular bottle. That's a pretty cool one. And the Kif toothbrush. So those are pretty sweet. I think they've both been funded. So I think it's over. But you can check those out. Those are the three that I've only funded 3. So again, let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new content, including our shorts. Maybe you don't have time to watch an entire List 25 video and you just want a little bite-sized version of that. Check those out. If you can, join our Discord. That community is slowly growing. Also, please don't forget to be a member if you can. It helps us continue to do what we do to bring you this amazing content. And like I said, if you are interested in Avatar Legends and seeing kind of how that plays, check out the Flying Bison podcast. I listen to them weekly. I'm in their Discord. That's an amazing community too. Justin and the crew do a fantastic job, and I'm jealous because I haven't been able to play Avatar Legends yet. We haven't been able to set up a game, but I want to, so I live vicariously through them. So anyway, thank you guys so much. I love you all, and as always, see you next time. Be sure to click that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Share them with your friends and help us consistently conciliate curiosity. And if you want even more lists, check out these videos here or just head to our website at list25.com.